Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, it's Richie from Richie Studios, and today we're going to be talking about something that's a little depressing. It's going to be a little bit of a depressing video, but I got some thoughts on my head, so I'm going to share them with you. So, what has been lingering in this good old noggin of mine? A question that's been lingering lately, actually. Can consumers actually fight anti-consumer practices in the gaming industry? Now, the short answer is yes. Like, easily, if people would stop buying or supporting anti-consumer practices, such as certain absurd number of microtransactions and unfinished games that don't work well at the beginning and limited releases, yeah, like if people wouldn't give this attention, if people would not definitely collectively not paid for these things and would not buy them, I'm pretty sure companies would go like, oh, we probably shouldn't do that. This is not working for our business. Yes, theoretically, we could definitely fight against anti-consumer practices and make the world a better place for gaming if we all did it collectively. Collectively being the key word. And even though I'm saying that we can do this is still a depressing video because I don't think this is the situation that's going to happen. You see, when you really think about it, anti-consumer practices are a much more complicated topic than we give it credit for. You know, it's easy to look at things and just say like, well, that's just anti-consumer. And yes, it definitely can be for a lot of people. And a lot of people can just be straight up upset or disappointed with a product or the way a product is being delivered. But here's the catch. If the product that's being delivered is still being completely supported by people and being bought and the company is making money, all of the internet rants, all the YouTube videos, all of the nonsense on Twitter and all the stuff that people would just tag the company at and just be mad at them, spamming them repeatedly with things that they're mad about, will mean nothing. Absolutely nothing to the companies. You know, companies aren't our friends. They are just giant corporations run by thousands of people, probably millions sometimes, that just want to make money out of us. These people aren't our friends. They're not, in constant communication with us. Even if a lot of them do make it feel that way through their State of Plays and Nintendo Directs and Microsoft events, it's not. If a product is working, if they're making money out of something, it doesn't matter what the people have to say on the internet. It doesn't matter the opinions that run around. It doesn't matter what people say. The companies will continue to do this. And, let's go a little deeper within this topic. I want you to put yourself in these shoes. Let's say your name is Mark, and you come back home from work every day. You're extremely tired. You have a very bad relationship with your family. You don't have a lot of friends, and you live by yourself. But you love to play Fortnite. You absolutely just love to play Fortnite. Mark probably doesn't care if he buys 40 skins or not. He doesn't care about the long-term effects he is causing the industry by supporting microtransactions. No, because he just wants to have fun. He doesn't have the time to care about that, nor he has the energy to. And there are millions of people just like Mark, and they are not wrong. Entertainment is there for us to have fun and to distract ourselves from such a cruel and really just tiresome world. It's stressful out there, Like in general, if you're an adult, most likely it's a stressful life for you, and maybe even if you're a child or a teenager. And these are just extreme examples that I'm talking about because there are millions of people like this that live by themselves and don't really have, a lot of friends or family. They're lonely, but there are also people who have much richer and fulfilled lives who don't really care about the long-term effects they're causing the industry because they just want to have fun. And that, in general, is the overall mindset of the gaming consumer. That's what a lot of people on Twitter and a lot of other places don't understand. You are not the person that decides whether or not somebody else gets to buy a game. You can't tell people are wrong for buying something they like, for supporting something that they simply like. And I'm not saying boycotting is a wrong thing. If you believe that a company shouldn't be doing something and you think to yourself that this is not right, I do not like this, I am not going to support this, you are also right. You are definitely in your right to do that. But sadly, that is not the majority of people. The majority of people who buy video games aren't people like you and me who closely follow this stuff and are constantly talking about them all the time and scrutinizing them and being analytical about them and thinking about the long-term effects on the industry and making long discussions about them. The majority of people who buy video games are just people who just want to have fun every once in a while. That's pretty much it. That is the reality. So it doesn't matter how much we boycott these companies on Twitter. It doesn't matter how much we spam them. You know, I said spam them. I said that pretty wrong. Anyways, the point is it doesn't matter all the outroars that people do on the internet. It doesn't matter how anti-consumer these companies get, as long as they market things well, as long as they market things properly and expose it to people, people will support them if they want to. It's just as simple as that. If people feel something is worth buying, they are going to buy it. And as I already explained, most people aren't thinking about these long-term effects. They aren't thinking about all the issues that this is causing for the industry, and that's pretty depressing. But it's also not wrong for those people not to care about that, as I already stated. So what can we do? What can we do to actually stop anti-consumer practices in general? Sadly, not much. I do not think anti-consumer practices, in my opinion, are going anywhere. I think that, as I've already explained, as long as companies market things properly, they will be successful with whatever practice they choose to go with. However, there is a silver lining to all this. Even though I did say this was a depressing video, there's a very good silver lining to this, and it's that even though anti-consumer practices are not going anywhere, there are always going to be great games out there for us to play. There's always going to be something that we think is worth it. Indie projects, big games that are AAA projects, and even smaller stuff. There are games that we are going to feel that are worth buying and are going to last eternally with us, that are going to create memories, that are going to be experiences that we consider worth it. Even from these big quote-unquote anti-consumer companies, we are going to get the games that we want, because even though a lot of games are turning to online and microtransactions and limited releases and just unfinished projects in general, that is not the case industry-wide. Not all games are coming out on a buggy, messy, unfinished state. Not all games are constantly charging you with microtransactions. And not all games are preventing you from doing the things that you want to do. Many games are offering a lot of features, really good content, and just great gameplay in general. So even though I don't think anti-consumer practices are going anywhere, I think gaming as a whole will always be a thing that we can all enjoy. In the end, it's up to you to decide what do you think is worth your money or not. And that is the important thing about this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is all for today. Make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, comment down below if you like this video. If you didn't like the video, comment down below as well. This has been Richie from Richie Studios. I'm your host. Now and always, take care.